In some parts of Washington state, what once was land is now part of a river. Giant trees that were once part of the Still-Squamish riverbank came crashing down when rains made the river swell. It even swept away an entire home. Now, later that same day, too much water washed out part of Game 3 of the World Series. The game was stopped for about 40 minutes, and the rain turned out to be a good thing for the Yankees. And a couple of days later, in the home of the Yankees, it was hard to be that picture-perfect bride. South Street Pier saw wind gusts of nearly 30 miles an hour. Wedding veils are not recommended to wear in that kind of weather. Just hang on to the ring. Hello and welcome to Weekly Planner. I'm Kristin Dodd.
And I'm Stephanie Abrams. Thank you so much for joining us. Today's Weekly Planner, of course, starts with a look at the rest of the weekend. Let's get right to it. We do have a big trough that we warned you about. We started off this work week well above average, and our front has been slicing through the U.S., progressing to the east, and behind it, much cooler air. And you know, right along this system, we have seen the clouds and the showers. So it's looking like a wet Saturday, really, from the Great Lakes to the south, and it's going to head eastward for the second half of our weekend. So that means it's looking wet and cloudy basically along the Atlantic seaboard. So if you have plans for outdoor activities tomorrow, you might want to have a backup plan because it does look like we will see the clouds and the showers moving on in. While in the west, look at this. It stays warm. We have a ridge in place. It has been so hot throughout the daytime hours today in the west, and it looks like it will continue to stay that way. Okay, let's have a closer look, a little more detail of what will be happening. First, we'll start with into the evening hours. We do have this low pressure with a trailing frontal boundary. And along that, it is wet, it is stormy. We've seen some stronger storms, some hail reported into parts of Texas, Orange County, Texas, wet weather there. And as we head into the second half of the weekend, I'm sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news. Unfortunately, we will see the rain from Maine all the way down to the Gulf Coast while we continue to stay sunny and hot in the west. And Kristin will have a closer look at some of those temperatures coming up in just a moment. Heading back to work on Monday, yeah, I know you don't want me to start talking about work and school yet, but we do have to here on the Weather Channel to give you a look at the extended forecast. Wet up and down the Atlantic coast, Boston, New York, Hartford down to Jersey. It looks like it will be wet while we see our next system making its way into the lower 48 here into the Dakotas. Also into about the Twin Cities, we will see some rain showers and some snow showers mixed up in and around this system. It will head eastward with our next system kicking out of the east coast. Still some lingering showers into New England while we stay dry here in and around Atlanta. Snow showers falling. Look at this, the cooler air behind it, and then you get the precipitation. Well, you do get the snow showers. That will continue to head eastward. It's looking wet midweek here, but hey, it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the work week. We're starting to get towards that next weekend, so we're almost there. We're almost to another weekend. We will see a few snow showers and some rain showers from Montana moving into Minnesota, and then it looks like a very snowy Thursday from Montana down into Wyoming and trying to make its way down into Colorado, while the rest of the United States basically into the south, it will be dry and also stretching into the northeast. How does Friday look? Well, we're kicking off the weekend. Maybe you have half a day off of work. Well, it looks like you might be shoveling some snow in and around the Twin Cities all the way down to Denver. It looks like we will see the precipitation while it stays dry along the east coast and the west coast. Now, how warm will it get in the west and how cool will those temperatures be? Kristin has the answer.
That's right. It's going to be a shocker as you're heading out early tomorrow morning and even in the afternoon. We're not going to see temperatures warm up that significantly coming into the Midwest. Highs only in the 50s from St. Louis to Indianapolis, 40s heading northward, and even 30s in the Arrowhead of Minnesota. That cool air spreads into the northeast, including Pittsburgh, so chilly conditions across your area, and we still stay warm across the desert Southwest, still looking hot across San Francisco. As we work our way from Monday into Tuesday, those 30s, wow, they're just not going anywhere. So look for that in Duluth and up toward Rhinelander. Sault Ste. Marie still looking cold, and we still are dealing with those 40-degree readings for places like Pittsburgh and on up into Rochester, New York, as well as into Albany. Here are your high temperatures on Thursday, and wow, look at the chill coming into the Dakotas. It is going to be nasty as we head out on Thursday and on into Friday. Even highs only in the 20s, so definitely some cold air. And of course, as you mentioned, the possibility of snow.
That's right, bundle up. Keep it tuned to the Weather Channel. Up next, we'll show you how the weather can affect your lifestyle.
And if you were in Denver this week, it meant your summer lasted a little bit longer. Other than the calendar, the only sign that it was fall, the leaves on the trees. We'll have the details next.
On House Hunters, there's drama,
House for sale? 315 Blair. Step on it.
action,
The neighbor's dog seems friendly.
mystery, and some really, really ugly wallpaper. The search for the perfect house. It's House Hunters, only on HGTV. Check your local listings.
You should see what's on HGTV. You should see.
Attention homeowners, lower your monthly mortgage payment before it's too late. Mortgage interest rates have gone up, but you still have time to lock in a new low fixed rate from Ditech.com. Whether you're refinancing, cashing out equity, or consolidating your other high interest debts, Ditech.com can offer you a low fixed rate loan with no broker fees and no cancellation fees. Apply now before the rates go up again. Call 1-800-DITECH-1 or log on to Ditech.com now.
At Kelly Services, we provide companies with attorneys, engineers, accountants, even scientists. We also provide schools with the very best qualified, screened, and trained substitute teachers. Because without quality teachers, there would be no attorneys, engineers, accountants, or scientists. Kelly Services. Look what we do now.
Tonight at 8 p.m., watch Storm Stories. Lost at sea.
This boat's falling apart.
With sharks.
Don't want to die.
How will they survive? Plus, see how a Rocky Mountain blizzard turns a relaxing trip
I knew that we were losing altitude
into a life and death situation.
The right wing was taken off.
Watch Storm Stories on the Weather Channel. Tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific.
What happened to the motel?
Critics are calling Identity terrifying.
People started dying. Their bodies disappeared.
Intense.
We all saw what happened.
Utterly mind-blowing.
Tell me what you saw.
no one human.
The scariest movie since The Ring.
Go in your room and lock your door. Go! Go!
It will haunt you for days and have you gasping for air. Identity. Rated R.
One place that could change your life. Life-changing Mondays on Discovery Health Channel. One wish.
On my wedding day, I'm going to be in tip-top shape.
Buff brides at 8. One dream.
He's got beautiful features now. It's going to be even more beautiful after.
Plastic surgery before and after at 9. One love.
I only have sex when I'm totally in love.
Sex appeal beginning at 10. Life-changing Mondays. Monday starting at 8. Only on Discovery Health Channel.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
Well, as you all know, it has to be fall when you see a hippo eating a pumpkin. Well, actually, these are two hippos by the names of Maggie and Otis, and folks at the Los Angeles Zoo gave the portly animals pumpkins this week as a special autumn treat. And hello, it's about 20 minutes after the hour, and it is PM edition. Now, pumpkin tosses at your local zoo are just one of the many signs that fall is here. Another one, well, the smile of a child that comes every year that they discover how much fun it is to play in a pile of autumn leaves. Obviously, the pile of leaves can only be found in places where the leaves have already turned. Meteorologist Vivian Brown shows us where you can find them.
Well, it's the third week in October, and we're definitely in the midst of some beautiful fall color across many areas. Let's take a look at climatology, because this time of year we typically see some pretty nice color developing over parts of the south and even the upper Great Lakes area. You can find some pretty nice color. As we zoom into New England, we have reports of past peak conditions for upstate New York into northern Maine, but along the coast of Maine, it looks pretty nice. We have reports of peak conditions here. From the Brunswick area, you will find scenes like this, beautiful reds just about everywhere. What an absolutely gorgeous shot here of some of the nice leaves that you'll find in the mid coastal areas of Maine, and actually that will extend all the way down until you get to the Great Smoky Mountains of North Carolina. In Cherokee County, we have some pretty nice color. Well, actually, it's just starting to really peak here, the color over North Carolina. So if you're planning a scenic drive this weekend, it should be pretty nice as far as the fall color goes. However, there's a chance of some light rain, so we'll keep you posted on that. As we take you west now, we have nice conditions in the St. Louis area and Cape Girardeau, but reporting past peak conditions near the Minneapolis-St. Paul region. Out west, many areas are reporting past peak conditions. That's a look at the fall foliage report for this time. Of course, you can get more detailed information by going to weather.com/fall foliage.
And of course, a lot of the wind is blowing the leaves off the trees, so you may see more piles down in Texas and also into New Mexico. That's where you're finding some much more foliage-like temperatures, a drastic change versus yesterday, where we're seeing the temperature in Lubbock at 50, heading up into the Dakotas, your temperature running in the low 30s. We also see rain along our front and to the south, the potential for thunderstorms. Very heavy rain also in the forecast, well over an inch possible from Houston, spreading all the way up into Kentucky. Well, there's still much more to come here on PM Edition, including the tropical update. Coming up at 50 minutes after the hour, we'll tell you the connection between Hurricane Isabel and mulch. But first, a local on the 8s is straight ahead.
Now, if your water heater is located in an unheated part of your home, it's going to be working overtime this winter to provide you the hot water you need. Now, this water heater is located in this unheated garage, and to make it more efficient, here's a couple things that you can do. First of all, at least once a year, drain the water out of your water heater to rid it of any of the sediments that may be affecting how efficiently it's working. Now, you can do this very easily. You see the little valve right on the bottom here. You can hook a water hose right up to it and drain it completely down. Now, if it's a gas water heater, you can leave the pilot light on, but you'll need to cut off your supply going into the water heater with a valve that should be right on the top. If it's an electric water heater, cut the power off to the water heater completely. Now, another way that you can really help make this more efficient is to add a layer of insulation to supplement the insulation that's behind the actual casing here. You can do that by buying a simple water heater insulation blanket. Now, these are available at most home centers for less than $20, and it's very easy to install this around the water heater. You just take the blanket and you wrap it around the water heater, then use scissors to cut around all of the valves and access plate. Using the tape that comes with the kit, you tape the blanket to the water heater as well as taping the seam up nice and tight. And for a little icing on the cake, we're using a pipe wrap to wrap the hot water lines going from the water heater into the house.
I'm Danny Lipford for the Weather Channel. For more home improvement tips, visit DannyLipford.com. And for weather info, weather.com.
This program was brought to you by Channel-Oct Pliers. Get a grip.
be amazed what you can do with a really good pair of pliers. Channel-Oct pliers. Get a grip.
Look for this outstanding 4-piece Channel-Oct tool set only at the Home Depot.
You'd never hear this from John, but he owns the best car repair shop in town. He's got a well-deserved reputation for getting it right the first time. He listens to his customers. He uses top-quality Napa parts, and he backs up his work every time. Now, as much as we'd like to take credit for it, a shop like John's isn't this good because there's a Napa sign out front. Fact is, there's a Napa sign out front because John's shop is this good.
Visit the Napa Auto Care Center or Collision Center nearest you, or call 1-800-LET-NAPA.
Hyatt Gold Passport's Faster Free Nights promotion. Earn a free night worldwide after every 2 stays when you pay with your MasterCard now through February 29th, 2004. Visit goldpassport.com or call 1-800-51-HYATT.
You hear that?
I hear it. Over there. Back. Go that way. No, right. Right there.
The Corolla. It's not the destination. It's the drive.
She came from over there.
Thanks, but I might take some.
Honey?
You know, we're gonna have to break it in sooner or later. Tonight at 8 p.m., watch Storm Stories. Lost at Sea.
This boat's falling apart.
With sharks.
Don't want to die.
How will they survive? Plus, see how a Rocky Mountain blizzard turns a relaxing trip
I knew that we were losing altitude
into a life and death situation.
The right wing was taken off.
Watch Storm Stories on the Weather Channel, tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
Dodge the drops in Houston today. If you manage to stay dry, don't get out of practice. More rain is in your forecast.
And rain is exactly what folks in Southern California would like to see more of. Dry conditions there have only helped spread wildfires. We'll tell you if there is any rain relief on the way.
Let's stick around for the gardener's dream that's courtesy of Hurricane Isabel. More details on the unexpected bounty straight ahead. PM Edition continues now.
Live from the Weather Channel, this is PM Edition.
Well, hey there, how are you doing? Welcome to PM Edition. I'm Stephanie Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Dodd. Thanks for joining us. We're going to start with a look at the severe weather threat across the southeast and all of that rain that has been coming down. Isolated severe weather will be possible tonight, stretching from Houston along the Gulf Coast and northward, so you need to watch out coming into Memphis. Some of that is going to be in your area. Now, heavy rain has also been a huge problem this afternoon and will continue to be so this evening. Take a look at this. We had a daily rainfall record in Beaumont, Texas today, 4.24 inches. Most of that fell in about an hour and a half. So that was just coming down in buckets earlier this afternoon. This is the Doppler radar estimate of rain, and you can see Beaumont right there in yellow. And again, that's where we've seen over 4 inches of rain. Darker shades of green getting close to 2.5 inches of rainfall. That's just since 8 o'clock this morning. More continues to fall at this hour. We've seen some breaks now in Houston, but you're back into the thick of things with rain falling on the south side of the city. All that continuing along I-10 and northward up towards Shreveport, also heading into central Arkansas as well as into West Tennessee. Earlier, we did have a severe thunderstorm warning in Graves County in Kentucky, but that now has expired. Scattered showers, a few thunderstorms in New Orleans. Most of us, though, will stay dry tonight. Colder air coming in behind all of us, and we're looking at 35-degree temperature difference between this afternoon and yesterday afternoon in Oklahoma City. So a huge change for you. And portions of Oklahoma are under a freeze warning for tomorrow morning. Woodward, it looks like you're going to be dropping down to the freezing mark. At this hour in Oklahoma City, it probably seems like it's freezing. You're at 56, though. Still warm and humid along the Gulf Coast, where right now we do have 80 over in Jacksonville, 81 in Orlando. On Sunday, we're going to be seeing that rain spread through Memphis, showers possible in Atlanta, and a clap of thunder not out of the question in New Orleans. Well, that's a look at the southeast. Now let's check out what's happening in the west and more on the fires. Stephanie?
Well, you know, it might be chilly in and around Oklahoma, but summer-like outfits were popular in Denver this week as temperatures stayed in the 70s and 80s nearly every day. Today, there are big changes. We'll show you more on that in just a moment. And this is what it looks like in Colorado Springs today, just a little bit south of Denver. It's more than 30 degrees colder than the temperatures from the middle of the week. So unbelievable conditions right now in the west. Let's have a look at what is going on. We do have those wildfires still going on, and you can see 50% contained, which is great news here for one of our wildfires in Southern California. Let's talk about those temperatures. Denver currently at 48 degrees. San Francisco, though, 83. Unbelievable here. You headed to Fisherman's Wharf maybe for a little bit dinner. It looks like a little bit later into the evening hours. We will see those warm temperatures through the afternoon hours here. 22 degrees above average in San Francisco. Just incredible here. We do have a high pressure, and that means we are seeing the air suppressed, and we're also seeing an offshore flow. So we do have warm conditions around 9 o'clock in San Fran. Yes, a little bit cooler here, so that will be very nice news. Still a little bit on the warm side, though. Heading into the day tomorrow, it looks like we will continue to stay dry, and the heat goes on. Look at these temperatures. San Fran, 84 degrees. Los Angeles, 95 on Sunday. Okay, it's dry in the west. How's it looking into the northeast? Kristin has the answer.
Well, we do see some rain heading into the northeast, but so far most of us have seen a gorgeous day. At this hour, temperatures in Pittsburgh just absolutely marvelous at 71 degrees. We're seeing those mid to even upper 70s as you're heading down into West Virginia. Still on the cooler side in Boston at 53, and the rain is on the way. That front is going to inch closer to us, so for the evening, look for rain to eventually hit Pittsburgh on up into Buffalo, and light rain spreading all along the thruway. What about New York City and for the game? Of course, we do have the first one tonight and possibly one tomorrow. If we do play tomorrow, it looks like a chance of showers with temperatures running in the low 60s tonight, mid 50s. So it's going to be a cool one out there. And we are seeing the better possibility of seeing those showers all across the northeast as you're working your way through the roads on Sunday. Expect to get wet. Several puddles forming across your area, especially looking over toward Pittsburgh and on into Cincinnati, and then heading on into East Tennessee as well. Well, stay tuned to the Weather Channel. Coming up this half hour, we'll have the latest on the tropics and our tropical update at 50 after the hour.
That's right, and we unravel the mystery behind springing forward and falling back. Every year at this time, we adjust our watches and sleep a little longer. We all like that, don't we? On the other side of the break, find out why. PM Edition continues after the break. But first, your local on the 8th and a preview of what we will see tonight on Storm Stories.
Angry seas and hungry sharks make for a very bad combination for some yachters off the coast of the Carolinas. Tonight at 8 on Storm Stories, a powerful storm at sea rips their boat apart, sending 5 sailors overboard. The crew is forced to cling to a small dinghy to stay alive. But the worst is yet to come.
I noticed these like tubular bodies swimming around in the water, and then it dawns on me, sharks.
How did they survive? You'll have to find out tonight on Storm Stories, starting at 8 Eastern and Pacific, right here on the Weather Channel.
Florida's natural premium orange juice is made just from our fresh oranges, not from concentrate. We own the land, the trees, and the company. Florida's natural. It's as close to the grove as you can get.
There's a reason RE/MAX agents average more sales than other real estate people. RE/MAX agents want every transaction to be as perfect as possible. With all their experience, they know that a little extra effort can make a big difference to sellers and buyers.
Can you fly?
RE/MAX. Outstanding agents. Outstanding results.
These are the Jones boys. And this is Mom, who's found a way to keep up with the Joneses. Pledge wipes with orange oil. The only wipes with both the power of orange oil to help her clean fast. And Pledge conditioners to make the shine last. Because this isn't just any wipe with orange oil. It's a Pledge wipe with orange oil. S.C. Johnson, a family company.
We carry thousands of clocks, but I could still use more time, especially when it comes to paying bills.
Introducing the Platinum Business Credit Card, an American Express card that lets small businesses pay over time.
When bills come in, it's nice to know the clock isn't ticking.
Apply now. There's no annual fee, no interest for the first 9 months, plus the benefits of Open, the small business network.
It's great getting more time without having to wind something up.
The Platinum Business Credit Card. Call 1-800-NOW-OPEN to apply.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8th.
This program was brought to you by Open, the small business network from American Express.
Well, the weather didn't slow the historic last flights of the Concorde. Look at that beautiful plane. 3 of the supersonic planes landed for the last time at London's Heathrow Airport on Friday. One of the planes carried 100 guests and a crew of 11 from New York. The flights marked the end of service for the expensive supersonic planes. Pretty incredible there. Folks aboard the Concorde flew across several time zones, but here in this country, it's time to go back to standard time. Good news, we get an extra hour of sleep. Nick Walker gives us the history behind springing forward and falling back.
Ever since Benjamin Franklin came up with the idea in 1784, daylight saving time has been loved and hated.
I think it's better because kids get to sleep more.
It would be nice if it actually saved time, but when it comes right down to it, we can't squeeze more than 24 hours out of a day, so it might be better to call it daylight shifting time.
Here's what happens. The sun rises earlier and sets later during the long days of summer. These longer days are seen here as a bulge in the hours of sunlight during June and July. When we move our clocks forward 1 hour in the spring, that shifts these daylight hours later. The sun rises later in the morning and sets later at night, according to your clock, that is.
The push for daylight saving time came during World War I, and it wasn't very popular back then, but it was an attempt to save electricity, and since then we've also found out that it makes the roads a little safer for drivers and pedestrians because it increases visibility.
Only 3 states have said no thanks to clock changing: Nevada, Hawaii, and most of Indiana. So whether you love it or hate it, daylight saving time ends Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So turn your clocks back 1 hour and you've returned to standard time in no time at all. For the Weather Channel, I'm Nick Walker.
Thank you so much for that, Nick. Okay, tomorrow morning, the second half of the weekend, how is it looking? We have a look at the weather for you. We will see some very chilly temperatures in and around the Great Lakes while the heat continues in and around the Bay areas. Our highs will be into the 80s right around the Bay Area, into the 90s inland, so very warm temperatures. Looks like another warm one also into Florida. Currently, what's going on around the United States, we are seeing those scattered showers and also some stronger thunderstorms into the south, Louisiana, also into Texas and Arkansas. We did have a severe thunderstorm watch box that has now expired, but you can see very heavy downpours and very strong winds, so definitely watch for those if you're headed out this evening. Our dew points are very high in that area, and we have a cold pocket of air aloft that makes it very unstable in this part of the country. So locally we could see up to about an inch of rain. So if you're headed out into the evening hours, definitely watch for those stronger storms. Well, stay with the Weather Channel. The tropical update is coming up next. Plus we'll have more on the weather that you should be aware of this afternoon. New England's first snow of the season fell this week. In Burlington, Connecticut, snow fell for several hours. Not everyone thought it was a good thing though.
I don't care for it myself. I'm a t-shirt and short guy. But this time of year, what are you going to do?
Well, that's true. I like the warm temperatures too. That's all right. What should you do? Well, stay tuned. We'll let you know.
It's that time of the year again. The weather is getting cooler, the humidity level is quickly going down, and of course, many folks around the country are heading into the toasty indoors. But it's also time for that yearly health event many of us need to keep in mind. It's time to be thinking about protecting ourselves from the flu. Every year, millions of people suffer from influenza. The respiratory infection is extremely contagious. It's spread from person to person through coughing and sneezing. Unlike a cold, the flu progresses quickly, causing fever, muscle aches, dizziness, chills, and in severe cases, pneumonia. From November through April, the flu sends 115,000 people into the hospital. Each flu season, 36,000 people die from the infection. Now, the best time to get your flu shot is in either October or November. This time frame is important because it takes 2 weeks to a month for the vaccine to take effect. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that you get a flu shot if you're over age 50, have a weakened immune system, adults and kids 6 months of age and up who have chronic medical problems such as asthma, heart disease, diabetes, and kidney or blood disease. If you're a healthcare provider or are a woman in the second or third trimester of pregnancy during flu season. Now, if you've skipped protecting yourself from the flu in years past, you no longer have an excuse. Just in time for flu season, there's a new nasal spray vaccine. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you. But whether you choose the shot or spray, the key thing is get protected. For the Weather Channel, I'm Dr. Anna Marie.
For more information about the weather and your health, log on to weather.com.
This program was brought to you by Stryker, a new generation of joint replacement options.
A
few years ago, my doctor recommended getting my hip replaced. Now, I didn't do it for golf. I did it for the quality of my life. He recommended this new kind of ceramic and titanium hip from Stryker.
The life of joint replacements depends on age, activity level, and other factors. Surgery involves potential risks and recovery time. Only an orthopedic surgeon can tell if surgery is right for you.
Don't wait. Go see your doctor.
For more information on the whole new generation of joint replacement options, consult your doctor or visit StrykerCeramics.com.
Stryker, a new generation of joint replacement options.
Introducing Progresso Rich and Hearty Soups. Our thickest, chunkiest soups ever. 8 new recipes, like beef pot roast with country vegetables. So thick and hearty, they just might be more than most spoons can handle. Discover new rich and hearty soups from Progresso.
Inside that robot is something familiar, a battery. And while you may think all batteries are the same, listen to this. It's just the rain, but with his Phonak hearing aid, he's hearing it for the first time. And when Phonak chooses a battery, they trust Duracell.
You heard the rain.
So whether it's a child's hearing or child's play, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Tonight at 8 p.m., watch Storm Stories. Lost at Sea.
This boat's falling apart.
With sharks.
Don't want to die.
How will they survive? Plus, see how a Rocky Mountain blizzard turns a relaxing trip
I knew that we were losing altitude
into a life and death situation.
The right wing was taken off.
Watch Storm Stories on the Weather Channel, tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific.
This fall, you can count on the Dish Network Value Pack with HBO and Cinemax. Count on HBO for hit shows you can't see anywhere else, intriguing new series and original movies with top stars. Count on Cinemax for the biggest exclusive movies and the biggest movie stars. Count on over 132 channels, including 13 channels of HBO and Cinemax, all for one low price in the Dish Network Value Pack. The best originals, the best movies, the best all-digital entertainment value. You get it all with the Dish Network Value Pack with HBO and Cinemax. Count on it this fall and all year long.
One place that celebrates life. Baby Tuesdays on Discovery Health Channel. One miracle.
I love the feeling of being a mom.
Then came baby, starting at 8. One journey.
While mom is in labor, we are hard at work creating a brand new nursery.
Make room for baby at 9. One joy.
You can't even describe what it feels like. It's all worth it.
Another Then Came Baby at 10. Baby Tuesdays. Tuesday starting at 8. Only on Discovery Health Channel.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
any of you gardeners out there need mulch, head to Annapolis, Maryland. That's the place to be. Cleanup from Hurricane Isabel has left the city with more mulch from fallen trees and debris than they know what to do with. They have a 2-story, 50-foot long pile of mulch, unbelievable, is being stored at a city park. Look at that. That is the biggest pile of mulch I've ever seen.
That's pretty big. It may be a new record. Hello, it's now 10 minutes until the top of the hour, and it's time now for our tropical updates. Let's show you a look back in time, first of all, to kind of set the stage for this time of year, because we are beginning to wind down the hurricane season. What you're looking at here is a snapshot of the time frame from October 21st through the 31st from 1886 to 2002. And during that time frame, 44 storms have formed. Not a lot, considering 116 years or so. Most of those, though, coming into the Caribbean and then heading out toward the Bahamas and into the islands. This time, we are looking at fairly quiet conditions, a kind of a dying system. This was what was at one time Nicholas. Never did achieve hurricane status, made it up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. Never affected anyone either. But now we are looking toward the Caribbean, where at least climatology would tell us that this would be a prime place for tropical storm or hurricane development. And indeed, we do have 2 clusters of thunderstorms, one there bringing very heavy rain to the coastal areas of Honduras, another one south of there, but it is kind of drifting northward and could feed into the same area. So flooding rains could be possible along the coastal areas, so that's something to be concerned about. We're not looking at any type of tropical storm development, at least not anytime soon. But again, it is an area that we're going to be keeping a very close eye on, as we do have high pressure farther to the south, and that could help bring on some tropical storm development, at least in the near future. Now, as we head out into the Pacific, we're also looking at another dying storm. This is Tropical Depression Patricia, and it continues to move to the north-northwest at 7 miles an hour, and maximum sustains winds with this 35 miles an hour and continues to weaken. What about action in the lower 48? Stephanie has a look at your storm watch.
Thanks, Kristen. As we rewind our radar back in time 24 hours, you can see very distinctly where this frontal boundary has been kicking off the showers, some stronger storms. We got hit in Chicago, and we are now clearing out in Chicago. But you can see just south of that, we are seeing the wet weather really extending from the northeast all the way down to the deep south. We did see some stronger storms rumble through Arkansas, also into Louisiana, and we anticipate the same into the evening hours. A lot of cloud cover really throughout much of the United States, really from the Rockies west of that. We are clear, but the rest of us are under the clouds, and we are seeing some scattered showers and storms. Now, here in and around the Louisiana area, we have very high dew points, and we do have a cold pocket of air at the upper levels of the atmosphere. That makes for a very unstable atmosphere with the moisture at the surface and that cold air aloft. Therefore, we do anticipate the potential for some severe thunderstorms to develop through the midnight hours. So watch for those along the coast of Texas, also into Louisiana, stretching up through Memphis and into southern Missouri. Anticipate the heavy rains, the heavy winds, and the potential for some hail. You could locally see up to about an inch of rain. Now, another story we're following along with all of this heavy rainfall, well, that's the winds. We do see some breezy conditions here through the central part of the United States with some stronger gusts. And those stronger winds extend really from the Four Corners into Southern California as well. Also here into the far northeast, some breezier conditions. So another look at our radar. Here is that wet weather. And it looks like it will continue to stay wet. Houston, finally, we're starting to see the rain taper off. It's not as strong as it was a little bit earlier in the day, but it looks like the moisture will keep on feeding in to the south. Again, Louisiana and Arkansas, we're seeing that wet weather as well. You know what? I can't get over that mulch. It's still unbelievable to me how big that pile was.
I have nightmares about it. Well, if you need to know about the weather that's outside your front door right now or what will be there over the weekend, it's no time to change the channel.
That's right. At the top of the hour, we've got all of your current conditions and the forecast. We'll let you know if the weather could turn ugly where you live.
Or maybe it could be the best weather in all the days of your life, regardless of what falls from the sky. Look at that. You may have nightmares about that, too. Coming up, we'll have your forecast in just a few moments. Stay right there.
Announcing the newest additions to the Pepperidge Farm family. Mini Milano and Mini Chessman cookies. Bite size and awfully cute. New Pepperidge Farm mini cookies. Never have an ordinary day.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Have a good night. Get on.
Ever notice how things that are really well made just seem to get better with time? The certified pre-owned Acura, a lasting tribute to precision engineering.
One ugly room, one team of designers, $1,000 to spend.
1,434.
And we mean $1,000.
Could you put this back, please?
High style doesn't have to mean high prices. It's design on a dime, only on HGTV. Check your local listings.
Manager, register 5.
You should see what's on HGTV.
You should see.
Florida's natural premium orange juice is made just from our fresh oranges, not from concentrate. We own the land, the trees, and the company. Florida's natural. It's as close to the grove as you can get.
Did you know the air in your home can be up to 5 times more polluted than air outside? That indoor pollutants like dander can aggravate allergies and trigger asthma? What can you do? Get the Filtrete Ultra Allergen Reduction Filter. It's up to 30 times better than all other 1-inch filters at capturing airborne dust, bacteria, and pollen. And it meets Health House guidelines. If you don't take care of the air in your home, who will? Filtrete filters from 3M.
There's more from the Weather Channel at weather.com. More travel updates. More golf features. More forecasts. At work or whenever you're on the web. Get more at weather.com or AOL keyword weather.
The Weather Channel is brought to you by this cable or satellite provider. You can also get reliable forecasts from the Weather Channel through this radio station or newspaper.
Tonight at 8 p.m., watch Storm Stories. Lost at Sea.
This boat's falling apart.
With sharks.
Don't want to die.
How will they survive? Plus, see how a Rocky Mountain blizzard turns a relaxing trip
I knew that we were losing altitude
into a life and death situation.
The right wing was taken off.
Watch Storm Stories on the Weather Channel, tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s. You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
Live from the Weather Channel, this is PM Edition.
You were looking at the potential for severe weather coming into some areas of the country. You can see that in the southeast. We'll have all the details in just a few moments.
And certainly in Texas, many of you have had a soggy Saturday. This is what it looked like in Houston just a few hours ago. And in Beaumont, Texas, enough rain fell to set records. Hello and welcome to PM Edition. I'm Ebony Dion.
And I'm Kristin Dodd, and thank you very much for joining us. Well, we're going to be taking a look at that severe weather threat and show you exactly where you may be getting wet this evening. Let's start off with the isolated